Hello, hello, it's Julie Davison from juliedavison.com. Welcome to Thursday Night Stamp Therapy. Happy September. I'm so glad you're joining me tonight. We are going to play with paper. We're going to have so much fun. I have 3 really cool projects ready to share with you tonight. And one of them is going to use this new technique, which I guess it's not a new technique. It's a new to me technique. I did play with this technique and I made a card, but I was using a spritzer instead of the paintbrush, and after seeing Margot Richardson's demonstration during vacation stamping school, I was inspired. So today we are going to play with alcohol on vellum. I love creating these amazing backgrounds, and I still have to make cards with most of these that I created, but I just wanted to show you some of the tips that I learned from Margot and some of the things. Well, these are some of the things that I've created. I still have to put them on a card, but it's kind of a fun technique. Have you tried this before? This is using Stampin' blends on vellum and then blending with alcohol. So we're going to start with this technique tonight. Then I'm going to show you another technique with rubbing alcohol. We're going to put it in a spritzer and color our glitter paper. Yes. And then we're going to finish off with a Penguin Playmates card. That's my favorite paper from Celebration. You guys, you have one more month of Celebration. This is a 2-time-a-year promotion that Stampin' Up! Is doing. You get a free gift for every $50 that you order, and then there's also some extra perks, I guess, if you host a party or if you signed up to be a demonstrator. So I just wanted to kind of give a shout out to Celebration because we have less than 1 month left now to get all the goodies. So just to review, a free gift, one for every 50, or there's a couple gifts that are free with a $100 order. You can get this one when you place an order that's over $300 or host a party that's over $300. And then when you join as a demonstrator, you can choose a free bundle. Any bundle from this list. There are 12 of them here. These are all from the mini catalog, and there are some pretty amazing bundles to choose from. So if you've been thinking about it, if you've been on the fence, what are you waiting for? You get a discount on all your stuff and you get to be a part of something so amazing. One thing that started this week was on-stage registration. Give me a shout out if you're a demonstrator. Give me a thumbs up or a heart. Have you registered for Onstage? This Onstage event is something that Stampin' Up! Hosts. It's virtual this year, on stage at home, and all demonstrators can attend. This is an opportunity to get the first peek at the brand new mini catalog that will start in January. Yeah, we're talking about January already. You'll get a chance to pre-order some goodies. You can choose the swag box when you register and get some extra fun logo items and a cute little bag and all kinds of fun things. So if you are planning to go to Onstage, I'd love to hear from you. What are you excited about? What did you enjoy last year? And if you join as a demonstrator right now, then you'll be eligible immediately to register and attend Onstage. There'll be project demonstrations showing off all the new product, as well as some business tip and just a whole lot of fun, even some make and takes. And you'll get to pre-order brand new stuff to do those make and takes. So if that sounds like fun, ask me more. I would love to talk to you about joining my team. But let's get some stamping done. Let's do that. Okay, we're going to start with this technique, this vellum. I need to get a piece of vellum out. Oh, I got everything else ready and I forgot the vellum. I'm using the 8.5 by 11 vellum cardstock from Stampin' Up! Item 101856. This comes in a package. I think there are 20 sheets in this package. It's 8.5 by 11. It's a little bit heavier, so it's not like wedding invitation vellum. It's like a little bit thicker. They call it vellum cardstock, but it's not thick like regular cardstock. It's thicker, but it's not like that thick. So I'm going to cut down a piece here, and I'm going to do 4 inches by 5 1/4, which is kind of like a standard card front. And this technique is so much fun. You'll just want to like cut up a whole bunch of vellum and just play, which is kind of what I did. You can do this with any color, but I'm feeling the blues tonight. So we are going to do some blues. Bringing in my grid paper for this. And so I'm using Stampin' blend markers. These are alcohol markers, and I chose to use light and dark Night of Navy and dark Highland Heather. But you can use any colors to get some really fun looks. So I love this one with the pinks and the blues. Like, there's really not a wrong combination. This one was so pretty. I think this was Bermuda Bay and Highland Heather. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to take your markers and you're just going to scribble on the vellum cardstock. So you can have your spots be as big or as little as you want. You can fill in as much space. They don't all have to be the same size squiggles. Again, there's not a wrong, not a wrong way to do this. Okay, that looks good. Now I'm going to take a little bit of alcohol, and you need this 91% isopropyl alcohol. I suppose you could use one that's a higher percentage. I honestly don't know much about alcohol, so I don't know if there is a higher percentage. 91%, I picked it up at my local Walgreens, and I'm just going to put a little bit of this in a dish. You don't need a whole lot. And then I like to just use one of the water painters. You could use a paintbrush. Doesn't matter. I'm going to use the water painter, and I think I have some water in here, but I'm just going to use the brush. So it doesn't really matter what's in your tube, because we're just going to dip into this alcohol, and then I'm going to just do like sort of a dabbing kind of technique, like a drip and a dab. You don't need to like, you know, really blend it a lot. It's going to kind of do that on its own as you add the water. I am going to do like all of the lighter color first and then move on to another color, and just keep kind of dabbing that. So I got all the light blues, and I'm going to go on to the purple. It's like magic. It really is just like very therapeutic to just sit and create designs. You can also like play around with different amounts of alcohol as well, you know, like using a little bit or really saturating it and using a lot. This technique is going to get you a very similar look to the Expressions in Ink designer paper in the annual catalog. So if you sort of love those, like, you know, inky kind of backgrounds, then this is a way to create your own. So as I'm like just pouncing on it, and I am sort of erasing the lines that were there and creating these pools of ink. I love this part. You can take, I'm just trying to clear it here. I should have gotten myself a paper towel. It wasn't very, didn't plan very well for this. Okay, this is my favorite part though. You take just alcohol, and you kind of do like a tap, and it sprays it on the paper, but look at like the design it creates. So these designs, like if I were to come on here, like I could keep blending this, like it isn't like totally set. So you can keep changing it and add more color, add more alcohol, and blend it some more. So you can really see that like in some of like this pattern here. And then another thing you can do is to add the Wink of Stella and do like a splatter with that. So for that, you can just sort of like tap it onto your project like this. Or I found that sometimes like pooling a bunch here, like on the, like squeezing it out so there's a lot, and then like picking that up and, you know, tapping it, and you get the, oops, I'm putting that on the wet one. Oh my goodness, I'm a hot mess tonight. I think it's not quite juicy enough. Might be time for a new Wink of Stella. Okay, let me show you the one that's done and dry, and let's make a card with it. Let's get these out of the way. Let's move this out of the way and bring in, dun, dun, dun. So here's a finished one that I did using Misty Moonlight and Night of Navy, and you can kind of see, yes, those flecks of the Wink of Stella. Susie, in the cup is the 91% isopropyl alcohol. So the Stampin' blends on vellum, and then the isopropyl alcohol is what is going to to make your design blend and bleed. Okay, I want to put this on a piece of white cardstock so that I can really see the colors in that design very well. There's lots of different ways you could just put regular adhesive on this. I like using the adhesive sheets because it also helps to like flatten out the curl of the vellum. So I'm going to use the adhesive sheets. These come in a 6x12 adhesive sheets. It's 152 334, so 6 by 12 inches. I cut it down to be the same size, and I'm actually going to put this onto my cardstock. So this whole thing is sticky. It's like a giant sticker. This is really handy, and I should have used it when I die cut the fish. Really handy to use when you're die cutting something. I got a mess all over my table. And you put the adhesive sheet on the cardstock or the paper first, and then you add your die and die cut it so that when it die cuts, it has the adhesive already stuck to the die cut, and then you can just peel it off and put it on like a sticker. It's awesome. There are some fun techniques too where you cover your paper with adhesive sheet and then add like strips of paper. Okay, so now I'm just gonna line up the corners and add my vellum. So now I have it on my background and it's staying nice and flat, and I can't see like crazy adhesive lines you know, underneath the vellum. Oh my gosh, I'm so obsessed with this. It's so gorgeous. So for this card, I'm going to mount it onto Misty Moonlight cardstock. And I'm going to use some of the, oh, this might be the one that was out. Nope, it's not. I think it has a little left. Some Stampin' Seal. I can't talk today. Stampin' Seal to put this on the Misty Moonlight card base. And then I used the Sea Life dies to die cut a fish. So I think I mentioned this in the other video. This card, or this technique, I was inspired by Margot Richardson's demonstration during vacation stamping school. And she had one where she used a fish. And I just thought that was so beautiful. So this fish, I wanted to show you. I'm getting ahead of myself. When you die cut the fish, this is how it turns out. So it's actually like, it doesn't completely die cut it from the paper. So if you want to just use that on your card, you can, but I actually want it to be a complete die cut. So I'm just going to take the scissors and snip around those places that didn't die cut it from the paper and separate it. So this design is intentional to not come completely out of the paper. So don't think that your die is defective. That is how it is designed to be. So I chose silver because of the Wink of Stella in there. I thought that it kind of went with those dots. Oh my gosh. I love it. I don't know what else to do with this. We're going to keep this card kind of simple since the background is just so intense. And I want to put this on the inside. So for the sentiment, what was I thinking? Let's get out that In Your Words stamp set. So this is the In Your Words. This is free when you have an order that's over $300 or you host a party that's over $300 during celebration. There's 1 month left of celebration. It ends on September 30th, 2021. So when you have a $300 order or host a party that's $300 or more, you're going to get the In Your Words stamp set. And this is kind of fun. I love it. It says right here, when creating the In Your Words stamp set, we went to the experts, our demonstrators, to help us gather a collection of the most sought after sentiments. This set is brimming with crowd-pleasing greetings that are simply fantabulistic. That's a tongue twister. So let's use some of these words. I love this one that says, I see you and you are wonderful. That is such a nice sentiment. So let's use that one across the card. And then I'm not sure what to put on the inside. Maybe there's another Maybe there's another sentiment that we like to go on the inside. So the front is going to say, I see you and you are wonderful. Hope your day, I don't know. I kind of like hope this card makes you smile. But I did plan to use that on another card. Tell me what you think. What sentiment? Do you see one that you like? I love that these are all kind of different and not like all the same standard, you know, happy birthday. Thinking of you, thank you. Like, I love that they're creative and different words. Kind of something fun to say to people. Hi, Carol. And Carol. 2 Carols are watching, and Faye. Oh my goodness. Tell me what you guys think. I'm not seeing a lot of comments. Oh, Eva likes the smile one. There we go. Okay, so the first one is going to go on I'm going to do across this little piece here. Top right for the outside. Be who you were born to be. Well, that's a good one too. And the one I chose for the inside. Oh, okay. Well, let's see how this looks really quick. We can always put it on the inside. I see you and you are wonderful. Ah! I'm sorry, that was loud. I have very inky stamp. That was bound to fail. Let's try that again. This time, not so heavy-handed. Crooked. Is it even straight on the black? Okay. 3rd time's a charm, right? Nope. Oh my goodness. Oh. Hey, that's not so bad. A little crooked. I got all these little scraps from cutting. I was cutting some card kits earlier today, and I trimmed my cardstock to 4 inches by 5 1/4. So I had a bunch of these like really skinny ones. So I can just try over and over again until I get it just right. Okay. And be who you were born to be on the inside. Okay, I like that. I think that's a good combination. I see several comments that say the same thing. Let's get that one out. Let's close this before I put a finger in it. The techniques I'm doing today are quite messy, and I'm already very inked up. Oh, you know you're having fun when your fingers are blue. Right? Oh, if your fingers aren't inky, did you even really stamp? Well, I'm not alone, right? You guys have inky fingers at the end of the night? This is my favorite way to mount stickers on the stamps. I put the sticker on first, and then I make sure it's straight, and I turn it around and line it up. And then it's on there. Though sometimes a little crooked, like this one. Okay, this card is going to be, I think it's going to be horizontal. I kind of just like it like that. What do you guys think? Is that too simple? I'm gonna grab the fish stamp set really quick. Because I feel like we just need to add something else on the inside. So there's this like coral piece in the matching stamp set. Let's just add a little bit of that in a lighter blue, like Pool Party. Frankly, I think I stamped crooked, so let's flip it over. Gotta make sure it's straight on the block and then stamp the block straight. Words on the front of the card on the blue background first. You think so? We could add a little bit of maybe we'll just make it go. We could do like a strip across the whole card. What did I do wrong? Why is this? Doesn't go all the way across at all. Let's try again. 5.5 inches by 3/4 of an inch. I don't know. I'm just not digging this. I love the background, but I'm not feeling the words. Lower the double words down into the left corner, then raise them up. I'm wondering if we need to do the, let's try, I think it was Lynn who said this one. Let's try this and see how we like it. Let's punch a different goodness. What do you think about that? A larger tag in the front. Label Me Lovely is a large punch. One of my favorite, but I'm worried that it would be too big for this card. I'll show you really quick what that one looks like. Oh, maybe not as big as I thought. Okay, this one, what is that even called? Okay, Curly Top, which I know is not the right name. Curly Top or Label Me Love Me. 1 or 2. Tell me which punch you like better. I need to cut another piece for our inside and restamp different words. Okay, so this is 1, this is 2. Tell me which punch you like. Elegant Tag. Thank you, Barb. Elegant Tag Punch is the name of that one. Okay, let's see. Carol says she likes the other saying because the fish has an eye looking at you. I love that. I think that the bigger sentiment balances the card better. So I'm going to go with, we're going to stick with the bigger one. Okay, Nicole says 2. Janice likes the curly top, which is 1. Faye says 2. Jean says 2. Kay says 1. Eva says 1. Yolanda says 2. Gloria says curly top. Susie says 1. Debbie says 2. Melanie says 2. Cindy says 2. Tanya says 1. Kimberly says 2. I lost count, guys. I feel like there's more 2s in there than 1s, but it is pretty close. So we're going to go with 2 since it seems like more of you were saying 2. I'm restamping our coral, and then on the inside, oh my gosh, can we do this, guys? can we do this without messing it up? It took us 10 tries on the first round. I see you, and you are wonderful. Oh my God, that was perfect! Hot dog. Okay. Yes, our card is coming together. I'm going to look at this really quick again and see. I do kind of like that. It's just different. Okay. Let's glue this down on the inside, and you know what would be pretty, I think, is some of the white sparkly ribbon. I got it out for another card, but I think it would be pretty. Wouldn't that be pretty? Just like a little touch of sparkle. Maybe we can have this go underneath the tag. Sort of like layered like that. Oops, we were going to use this one, weren't we? Do we have any blue ribbon? Misty Moonlight. Where's our blue ribbon? No, that's not blue. Purple? Is there enough purple in here that we could bring in purple? No. Nope. There's not. I concluded. Not enough purple. What a great idea. Yes. Color the organdy ribbon with the blends. You can color any of your ribbon with the blends. Why do I always forget about this? Let's get out Dark Misty Moonlight. That's the light one. This must be the dark one. Ooh. That is really pretty. It also needs like a little blotting because I'm just using a scrap paper to kind of blot some of the extra ink. that. I think the cardstock was like, it was too opaque, like too thick, but I think that ribbon is just right with the sparkle. What do you guys think? Does the ribbon stay sparkly? Yes. You kind of color the sparkles a little bit, but it definitely stays sparkly. I think that's a winner right there. So we're going to go with this one. Okay, let's put this on with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And we're going to add the fish with some liquid glue. Thank you guys so much for helping me make this card. I always love your input. It's a group effort when we stamp together. I'm gonna just add some of this liquid glue more in the places where there's more room for it. And then I want to touch on some of the ends to make sure that it stays down on the card as well. Like, his eye needs to either all be on the tag or all be off the tag. The half eye wasn't working for me. Oh my gosh, I love this. What do you guys think? Be who you were born to be. I see you and you are wonderful. Oh my gosh. Do you guys have somebody that you would send this card to? Leave a comment and let me know. You don't have to say their name if you don't want to. You can just tell me a friend or a brother or sister or mother or whoever you would send this card to. Leave a comment, let me know. I have to clean up my space a little bit so that we can move on to the next project because we made a little bit of a mess. Nancy says the fish card went from to nice. Well, thanks for sticking it out, Nancy. I'm glad you didn't give up on me. Oh, and here, as I put them away, are just some of the other kind of combinations. It's so much fun to play with this technique. So I hope that you guys will give that a try at home. And extra thanks again to Margot for showing me how to do this and sharing that. I wanted to show you this really quick. Margot created this little sample. She did it on the In Color Shimmer Vellum instead of the plain vellum, and look how pretty that is. I have to try this with my Shimmer Vellum. I've got to find it first, but I thought that was really, really pretty the way that turned out on this Shimmer Vellum. So you can use other vellum as your base. It doesn't have to be just the plain vellum. Okay. I'm just finding places to stash things at this point so that we can move on to the next one. Okay, this goes back in there. Over here. All right, we're gonna play with alcohol some more and do another technique. We're just gonna get all the messy stuff out of the way. Barb says a black dot on his eye. I don't know. What about a blue dot on his eye? Like from the, is that the right blue? From the matte dots? I always think that's weird to have a fish eye, but let's go for it. Is that the same color blue? What do you think? Yes or no on the eye? I'm not so sure. Okay, I'm seeing a ton of hearts. Either one of you is giving me tons of hearts or you guys all like it. Okay, I see 2 yeses and a no. Keep commenting. We'll see. Faye says yes. A smaller eye. There is one size smaller. Let's see what that looks like. I don't like fish eyes in general, and so I think that's why I'm not digging it. I do like the smaller one better. It's not so like, not so eyeball in your face-ish. Okay, I'll stick with the little one because so many of you said yes. I think that card turned out nice. I like the way it looked. Okay, so we're using the alcohol again. This time we're going to put it in the spritzer with some re-inker. So I'm sticking with the blue theme tonight. We're using Night of Navy, and we're going to color the dazzling paper from the celebration brochure. So it is celebration time. You can get a free gift for every $50 that you order. And on the very first page is the Be Dazzling 6x6 paper. This is a glitter paper, but it's like a lot chunkier than regular glitter. Like you have much larger glitter pieces, but it's not flaky. Like it's not, I said that and it came off, but the big chunks don't come off. It's pretty flat and doesn't flake off a lot, but it is bigger chunks, chunkier glitter paper. You get 8 sheets of this Be Dazzling paper. It's kind of got like a light gold tint to it, but I want it to be blue for this card. So we're going to do some spritzing, and earlier I made such a mess. So hopefully, in fact, let's do some extra, like we're gonna do extra paper to protect our surface because it was quite messy earlier. Okay, so I filled it up with the alcohol. I added about 10 drops of re-inker, but I think I had something else in here before because honestly, it looked very purple when I sprayed it. So you want to make sure your nozzle is face down. This is a spritzer from Stampin' Up! And make sure you're not wearing your nicest clothes when you're doing this because if you get it on yourself, you might not be happy. Okay, see how it looks purple? Maybe I had a purple in there, or maybe it's just the navy has kind of a purple vibe to it. So this is so wet on the one side. So it's going to dry a lot lighter than it looks. And you can keep going and add more if you want. It's also coming out in these weird spurts as well. See what I mean about a mess? Make sure you cover your surface so well. And I'm not sure why it's purple, but we're going with it tonight. Okay. Most of that is just coming right off, isn't it? Well, if you let it dry, then it'll stay on. You don't have to turn it over like this. I don't want to leave this mess on my garbage can. Okay. That was Night of Navy re-inker. I don't know why it looks purple. Let's flash forward to the finished piece. So I did spray this right before we started. And so this was the same spritzer. So it looks perhaps a little more blue. Maybe I sprayed it more. Or, I don't know, maybe it's about the same. So this is going to be our card front. This is 4 inches by 5.5 inches. And if you are a member of my team, you've seen this card already because I showed it at our last team meeting. I'm going to case the catalog. I love copying ideas from the catalog. And so this idea came right from the July through December mini catalog, which just started last month. And I hadn't played with this set at all. I just got it. And so sometimes when I am working with a brand new stamp set for the first time, I turn to the catalog for inspiration because, oh my goodness, we have so many amazing ideas right here to inspire us. So you don't have to get on Pinterest. Just open up your catalog, find a card that you like, and then copy. We used to call these catalogs idea book. The idea booking catalog because it really is meant to be an idea book. Why am I not finding... Okay, I should have marked the page. Sorry, guys. Let's find the bundle, and then we'll find the page. It is on page 14. Way at the beginning. That's why we missed it. Okay, so this is the card that I was inspired by. And so I wanted to recreate this card, but I like to make changes. You guys know that about me. Like even when I copy things, I'm still sort of, I like to say copy and selectively edit because I like to make changes and make it my own. So instead of the designer paper, I used the glitter paper. So this is going to be the background of my card. And in the inspiration card, they used a circle to punch out the stars. I decided I would use a square. So this stamp set called Stars Are Shining has a coordinating punch, the starlit punch. And it punches out all of these images here. So I'm going to punch this. Let's get a little Post-it note so we can center it. It's so tiny. I'm trying to figure out if I've got the right depth. Let's see. How did I do? A little small. Like it's a tight space, but I'm going to go with it because it'll work. I'm going to put this on a piece of the Peaceful Cabin designer paper. I like the stars in the background there. And so that's going to kind of just shine through. And this is going to go here. So they have some different designer paper in the background of their circle. Or maybe it's ribbon. I can't tell. It looks like paper. Okay, next up I'm going to stamp those stars. And I'm going to use the navy ink. I'm going to stamp the stars on basic white cardstock. And punch them out. Isn't that cool? I love how it punches all of them boop, at once. I'm also going to stamp these stars down in the corner on my inside piece and stamp the inside sentiment that says the stars are shining brightly. So that's going to be for inside my card. Okay, and then the other piece is the sentiment for the front. They used a little strip and they embossed silver on white. And I'm going to just do, I already have a lot going on with the glitter paper. So I'm just going to do navy ink on the Misty Moonlight. So I kind of did the opposite. Here they did navy ink on Misty Moonlight for the stars and white for the greeting, and I'm doing white for the stars and Misty Moonlight for the greeting. So kind of changing up the colors a little bit. Like I said, I always like to kind of change things up and do them my own way. So let's glue things down and assemble our card. I'm going to use Stampin' Dimensionals to add this to the designer paper, just to kind of give it some dimension. Perfect. And then on the inspiration, they did a little angle, so I'll do the same. Little angle. This is going to go across, so I can decide which one I want to be face up. I think that works. So this is going to go straight across. And then I'm going to add these stars with glue dots. something's not clicking. Here we go. I'll add it like this, and then this extra space will kind of get covered up by the punch outs. Oops, that didn't get a glue dot. We always talk about odd numbers. So I'm going to do 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then one more up here. Okay, oh my gosh, so cool. I'm worried about the glitter paper and the designer paper sticking. So let's do some heavy duty, you know what, maybe some glue. Let's do the liquid glue on here. I want this paper to stick and not come off. So that's gonna go right up there. One last touch to add to this card. I'm going to add some holiday rhinestones. Holiday rhinestones are in the annual catalog, but they've got lots of holiday colors like the blue, the light blue, the dark green, the dark red, and the yellow. So how about some rhinestones on some of these stars? I'll just do three rhinestones. Okay, so here is the inspiration and the card. I'm gonna swap these out because my other one turned out better. They're very similar. I don't know why, just this arrangement went better. Okay, what do you think? Oh my gosh, this glitter paper is so pretty. I know sometimes it feels challenging because it is so bright, but it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be overwhelming. Another thing I did with the colored glitter paper is I created the little penguin. Do you guys remember this from my penguin costumes? But look, he got splattered on because I wasn't very careful when I was spritzing my paper, and I'm gonna have to redo his body a little bit because now he's got those purple splatters. So I cannot wait to play some more with this dazzling paper. Again, this is from the Celebration brochure, and this is limited, so it's possible it might sell out before the end of September. So don't wait. If this one is on your list, make sure that you get your order in right away for the Be Dazzling paper. And let me show you again, like the color. So here's the original color, and then like the blue. So you can see quite a difference there. And then I also did like a purple and a pink. Look at that. Like you could do a heart. So many possibilities with coloring this paper. And in fact, I think they even have a sample in the mini brochure right here where they colored the paper red. And there's the spritzer that they did it with. Oh my goodness, so clever. Okay. Let's move on from rubbing alcohol. Let's do something clean and simple because I made such a mess tonight. Let's do something that won't be so messy, and we'll wrap up our card making. One of my favorite things from the Celebration catalog, sale, is the Penguin Playmates designer paper. And this is a 12 by 12 designer paper. I love the colors. I think that's my very favorite thing about this paper is that the colors are just so much fun. Just Jade, Soft Seafoam, Misty Moonlight, Fresh Freesia. Just really fun, bright colors. And then, of course, the adorable penguin and his friends. This one will punch out with the punch. But for the card I'm making today, I've actually just fussy cut some of the critters from the paper. So that is absolutely, you know, something you can do. You don't have to have the penguin punch, which, by the way, if you don't have the penguin punch yet, it's currently on back order until November. So you can order it right now, but it's not going to ship until November. So if you don't have it yet and you want to get it, order it soon or wait until it comes back. All right, so for this one, I'm using designer paper. I've got some pre-cut pieces. This card's gonna go so fast. I've pre-cut out some of my cute little penguin friends, the polar bear and the penguin. I really love the Just Jade hat and scarf that they're wearing. And so I've cut a piece of Just Jade cardstock for the card base. And this is 4 1/4 by 6 1/2, scored at 5 1/2, so that there's 1 inch hanging over the front. And we've made cards like this before. I took a piece of designer paper that is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inches, and this is going to be my card base, and then the front is going to glue to that so that when you open it up, you want it to be right side up. When you open it up, you still have the other side of the paper on the inside. So this paper is so stinking cute. I don't want to cover it up. I want it to be able to see both sides because it is just so cute. So I'm going to use some heavy duty adhesive to add this. I'm going to use the tear and tape adhesive on the flap and make sure that is right side up. And then take that off and fold it down so that the front flap, make sure it's all lined up, becomes the front of the card now. So now it opens like this. For the inside, I have a piece of white cardstock that is 3 3/4 inches by 5 inches. So a little bit smaller than a regular like layer. Sometimes I like to have a larger color layer around the border. And then for the penguin and the polar bear, I used the layering dioramas and I cut out some Misty Moonlight cardstock. Now, this was something when Mom and I were doing our celebration Sunday stamping a couple weeks ago, she shared a card with the polar bear and she had used the layering diorama card to make an iceberg. And I thought that was so adorable. I thought it was such a fun idea. So I did the same thing. I cut, whether it's an iceberg or, you know, just a little something for him to sit on. I just thought that was kind of a nice way, a nice shape to anchor our polar bear. So I'm going to anchor him down with the layering diorama. Let's go ahead and put that down. And then we're going to add him with Stampin' Dimensionals. Isn't he just the cutest? And the way he is sitting, it totally looks like he wants to be on that iceberg. So similar concept here on the inside. I have got the layering diorama and then the penguin. So I'm just going to add him inside. Really simple. Of course, it's simple because I die cut it ahead of time and fussy cut it ahead of time. So this card is super fast when you have it all ready to go. I'm coming back to that In Your Words stamp set that we used on the fish card. And I like this one that says, hope this card makes you smile. So I'm going to do this on a little tag. This is the Essential Tag Punch. Love the just traditional tag shape there. And I'm going to stamp with Misty Moonlight ink. And we're going to put this tag over on this side like that, adding a little bit of the that glitter organdy ribbon. I have one that's all done, and I want to just switch it out Magic of TV style, but now it got buried. Here it is. So all I did was I I just used the tear and tape to add the ribbon to the back. And then I added one of the cute stars from the Halloween suite. So little glitter organdy ribbon, and then this is going to go over here. Hope this card makes you smile. And I'm debating, I think I want to add some more of these stars. So the cute stars, like I said, it's part of the Halloween suite, but it has 3 different colors of stars. It has the light purple, and then the black and the orange. So the black and orange are very Halloween, right? But I think the purple could go with lots of different things. So I'm going to peel these off and add a couple more stars. So this is 5, an odd number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Does that look okay? Or does this one look too random down here? Should it go high? Do you think that I should have all the stars high? I might change this one to a little one. Or should I put 1 star back down where I had it down low? Hope this card makes you smile. Oh my gosh, so stinking cute. Donna and Tanya say low. Make that star go low. Do you think just 1 star? The balance is kind of throwing me off. That's what I'm struggling with. I think I do like that though. I pulled it right off its glue dot. Let's see if I can put it back. Okay, you guys seem to agree. Low it is. I love it when you make up my mind for me. All right, I'm gonna stick these back in my little pouch and save them. That was our final card. It was like literally 1/10 of a time as it took to make the other ones. We got our clean and simple card with the penguin Playmates, so stinking cute. And then our more elaborate and involved with the technique. We used alcohol tonight, the rubbing alcohol. We used it with the Stampin' Spritzer. Where did the spritzer go? I'm making a mess of it. We used the navy. We use the Stampin' blends. We use the spritzer. Oh my gosh, we had so much fun. Tell me, I would love to know which card is your favorite. Are any of these technique ones that you want to try at home? Or are you just thinking it's nice to watch, but no thanks? Is this more your speed maybe? Or do you like to try different techniques? Leave me a card and let me know what you like. I always like to hear your feedback so I know what to show you, what you'd like to see next time. Hey, if you want to place an order in my online store, you can shop with me at juliedavison.com/shop and get everything that I showed you tonight. I will include a complete supply list in the video description as soon as I get a chance to get that uploaded. Thanks for tuning in tonight. I hope you enjoyed our cards and that I've inspired you in your creativity and card making at home. Have a great night, and I will see you next time. Bye.